mean, I was told by my film professor, there are films and there are movies, and sometimes you've got to know what you're walking into.
Yeah. See, but I come from a time when movies were films.
I know you came here for Knives Out. That's what I plan to give you. And this is not a news episode in any shape or form, but I do, just before I talk about Knives Out and before I do anything else, earlier this week, I'm recording this on Wednesday, earlier this week, Rob Reiner did unfortunately pass away. And I'm not going to stay on this too long. I know you came here for a certain thing, but I do just want to say rest in peace to Rob Reiner, and thank you to Rob Reiner for what he did for me, and his films that he made definitely impacted me a lot throughout my fan as a guy who is a loser who watches too many movies. He's definitely impacted me in my life, and I really was very saddened when I found out that he passed away. It was definitely very tragic for me. I've only seen 4 of his movies. I'm not going to act like I'm a big, mega fan of Rob Reiner, and the only film I've seen him act in was really Wolf of Wall Street. Besides that, I'm not really too familiar with him as an actor, but still, Rob Reiner, he's really a legend in that right, and maybe he won't have like a Scorsese or Nolan or Tarantino level legacy, but a lot of people really did appreciate his films and what he did as a director and as an actor. Mainly in Wolf of Wall Street, he was hilarious. But for films side of things, his movies, I've only seen 4 of them, but those 4 films I think definitely impacted me as a human being. And this show, I feel like, also took a lot of heavy inspiration, influence based on those films. The main ones, if you're confused on who Rob Reiner is, he directed When Harry Met Sally. That's really the rom-com, is When Harry Met Sally. It's an incredible film. And also, he directed what some would say is the coming-of-age film, Stand By Me, in 1986. That's also really the coming-of-age film. And if you haven't seen those 2 movies, you've definitely heard or seen of The Princess Bride, or you maybe haven't seen The Princess Bride, but you've still heard a quote from that movie, whether you wanted to or not. It's The Princess Bride. It's Rob Reiner. He's a legend. He just did that on the regular. And then a film that's deeper in his bag that you may not have heard of is Flipped from Rob Reiner, 2010. I watched that movie last night. Flipped is an incredible film. But Rob Reiner, thank you. Rest in peace, Rob Reiner. My prayers go out to him and his family. And what happened to him passing away, the way he passed away, it's tragic. It's heartbreaking. Not something I'd wish on anyone in my entire life. I would never wish death upon anyone in my life. And I know that we all die eventually, but the way he died, no one deserves it. It was incredibly heartbreaking to hear that news. And I do just want to say thank you to Rob Reiner. And it's definitely been a pleasure with watching his movies, like mainly When Harry Met Sally, Flipped, and Stand By Me, and The Princess Bride. He's a legend. He's a GOAT. He's an icon. I'll probably in the future talk about one of his films deeper in depth, but I just wanted to come on here and say thank you to Rob Reiner for everything, and you mean a lot to me. Rest in peace to the GOAT, who had really no enemies, who everyone adored and admired and looked up to and was inspired by. Rob Reiner, thank you. I miss you. Thank you for your movies. Thank you for your art. It means a lot to me. Now on to Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery. So, when young priest Jud Duplenticy is sent to assist charismatic firebrand Monsignor Jefferson Wicks, it's clear that all is not well in the pews. After a sudden and seemingly impossible murder rocks the town, the lack of an obvious suspect prompts local police chief Geraldine Scott to join forces with the renowned detective Benoit Blanc to unravel a mystery that defies all logic. This is Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out story, directed by Rian Johnson, came out in 2025, clocks in at about an hour and 20-ish minutes here for this movie, and also written by Rian Johnson and directed by Rian Johnson. Cinematography here is done by Steve Yedlin, and composing the film is done here by Nathan Johnson. So, this whole trilogy really, I think, needs no kind of introduction. The Knives Out films have been coming out for around, since 2019. I can't do math, so 6-ish years, we'll say? Yeah. Coming out for a while now, and I love the first one. The second one, I didn't like that much at all. I haven't seen it since it came out, but the first one I love. I gave it 5 out of 5 at one point. It's at least a 9 out of 10 at this point in time, but that first movie I love. Second movie was a step down, I think, and then this third one, I was interested. I was interested mainly because of Kaylee Spaney. I'm not going to lie. She's my celebrity crush. I love her. She's awesome. But still, the incredible ensemble, Ryan Johnson being Ryan Johnson, he can definitely cook up a good film. I was interested in the movie. It really wasn't like, a super excited thing, but I was interested. It came out last week Friday, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I thought it was a really great movie. Definitely better than the second movie, and definitely not as good as the first movie, but still, it gives a run for its money. You can make a conversation that it is definitely better than the first movie, but I won't be doing that today. It's a solid film, though. It's very good. I definitely really, really enjoyed it. So going into the film here, pros on why I loved it. Number one, I'll just start off with the main thing here, and the actor in the movie that I didn't think was going to be bad, but I didn't think he was going to be this good, is Josh O'Connor. I've only seen him in Challengers. That's the only other film I've seen him in, with Luca Guadagnino directing that incredible film. If you haven't seen Challengers, not sure what you're doing, but Josh O'Connor in that movie is spectacular, and I'm not sure why I thought he wouldn't be as good, or if not better, in this movie, but he is really, really good. He takes the main stage. He's definitely the main character here, which, it's understandable. And really, Benoit Blanc, Daniel Craig, is really the main guy. He definitely took a backseat in comparison to what Josh O'Connor does here with the movie. And he really steals every single scene he's in, when he's acting alongside some legends in Hollywood. And just going into acting just as a whole, I think is just the incredible ensemble cast is crazy. And I'll touch on that a little bit later when I go into my cons for the movie. But Kaylee Spaney, Josh Brolin, Daniel Craig, you have just such incredible actors in this movie. I can really go on forever, but I will try not to. Mila Kunis, Jeremy Renner, Kerry Washington, Andrew Scott. It's really insane. I mean, the worst actor with the least screen time is still just an incredible actor. They really did a great job here with the casting, and he's the best actor in this movie. Will it get an Oscar nomination? It could, but will it? Probably not. I don't really think so. But still, Josh O'Connor, he's awesome. He's definitely one of the biggest, I think, maybe like leading men in Hollywood right now. Josh O'Connor definitely up there, for sure. And there's definitely a very long list of incredible leading men in Hollywood. But Josh O'Connor, he needs to be on the list. It's definitely long overdue, especially that he's going to be one of the leads in the new Steven Spielberg UFO alien movie. He needs to be in the conversation for a top 10 leading men in Hollywood right now. And with this movie, he did incredible. That's really no surprise, but still I had to give some heavy praise to Josh O'Connor. He won't get an Oscar nomination. I don't think so. I'm not going to be mad at that, but still, I had to give him some praise here. That's very deserved. Josh O'Connor plays the type of character that if this character isn't cast right in the movie, it's not going to be good. The whole movie at that point will crumble. If this character isn't done right, then the whole movie just fails. That's the type of character that Josh O'Connor plays, and he does a really good job. I'm done glazing him, but still, I had to give some praise here to the main man himself, because the whole movie may not work without him. And the next thing that's really good is cinematography. Cinematography is gorgeous. I mean, really, Steve Yedlin, he's been working alongside Ryan Johnson for his last few films here, and he did a great job with the first movie, second movie. This one, I'm not sure why I expected anything different. The cinematography is great. Could it get a nomination for an Oscar? Possibly. I don't think so, just because there's been a lot of very good movies this year in terms of cinematography, but still, he did a really good job, and I'm very happy with it. And then my last big pro for the movie is just how bold it is with its themes and with its story. I don't mean in terms of, I think that Ryan Johnson definitely takes some bold strides in terms of the way he goes about structuring these mystery films. But the bigger thing I think that's really bold is the way he tackles religion. And religion, it's very important with this movie, and it can be definitely a sensitive topic. But the way Ryan Johnson does it, it's brilliant, and he does a really good job with it that I think that a lot of people should pay attention to. And I'm not going to pretend to be an expert theologian and I know everything about Bible. I don't. I'm not perfect like that. But still, I think the way that Ryan Johnson at least goes about critiquing aspects of religion and people who follow religion, it's really important that you go and watch this movie. And it's something that really I can break down a lot. And I do appreciate when films are bold like this. You know, an example would be with Dune. Dune is a very bold movie in terms of it does go about tackling religion, not really, directly, but it's very clear the themes and the emotions of Dune is very heavy on, and Frank Herbert, the author of the Dune books, also mentioned that he definitely took inspiration to when Christianity, or not Christians, but also religious groups goes on these different mission trips and how they can have a negative impact on where they go to visit in these Christian or religion, based mission trips. That's something that's very heavy in Dune. It's very apparent. You can definitely see with the whole Lisan al-Gaib whole narrative here with that movie. And with this one, he does come here, and I feel like I'm not going to spoil it, actually, never mind. When you watch it, you'll see about how Rian Johnson goes about critiquing religion. It's specifically one part of religion, mainly Christianity in at least America, that I can definitely agree with. How churches and the people who follow churches can definitely go on about idolizing the pastor and worshiping the pastor instead of Christ. Instead of actually looking at the Bible, they're looking at, instead of quoting Jesus, they're actually quoting what pastor, insert name here. Instead of, quoting Jesus said this, or they said this in the Bible, they're instead quoting Joel Osteen. That's definitely a problem. That's not what it should be, and we can definitely dive into religion a whole lot, but we're not going to. Rian Johnson does that well. He does it really well here, and I definitely do appreciate him for that. And if you're a Christian who can maybe get offended kind of easily, I recommend going into this movie with an open mind and definitely seeing what they're saying and trying to find some common sense with it. It's true. I definitely do appreciate what Rian Johnson did here. He's very bold. A lot of films these days are very afraid to be bold and take risks that can maybe be offensive to some people. Recently, a great example. Last night, I watched Captain America, Brave New World. That's Anthony Mackie's first outing as Captain America, and I think that Captain America, Brave New World is an awful movie. Terrible. But it had a chance to be really good. I think it could have been really good because it's clear that it's trying to tackle themes about government being corrupt and corrupt leaders, different motives going on behind closed doors, and, Harrison Ford's president figure definitely, supposed to be a symbol of that. And I feel like that movie, Captain America, Brave New World, didn't take any risks in terms of, corruption and, people maybe being influenced by different foreign powers and figures. It doesn't take any kind of big strides or big, bold moves in that type of setting, which I definitely found to be a very big missed opportunity. And, unfortunately, Anthony Mackie won't get another outing as Captain America. A lot of things are wrong with that Captain America movie, but one of the biggest ones for me was that the movie had a chance to speak out against something, to raise awareness, to be really bold and be really different, to just really bring up and talk about the problems with our economy. Or not economy, but maybe patriarchy, or whatever you want to do. And problems with America. But it didn't decide to do that. It decided to do something that was very safe and boring and dull and bland. Meanwhile, with Superman 2025, James Gunn, that movie is very bold. It's very clearly, Superman from James Gunn is clearly Superman saying F Israel for like 2 hours, which a lot of people may have hated, a lot of people may have liked, but still, I respect it being bold. And Superman didn't directly say F Israel, but still, it's very clear that's what the movie was. That's what it's trying to be, which is very bold. It's a risky thing to do, but still, I respect James Gunn for taking a risk to be bold. I respect Rian Johnson in this case as well with Knives Out for being bold in this movie as well. So those are my pros, and as well as my last pro may just be that this is a great mystery movie. If you just want a mystery movie, that's definitely where you're going to be getting here with this film. And I feel like in today's movie economy, we don't get like a new mystery film each week. So this is really good to have. It's very refreshing. If you want to take a break from the common, superhero films, you can definitely throw on this one. And Rian Johnson, what he's crafted here has been really good. Even though I don't like the second movie, the mystery and the way he layered it and structured it, it was really cool. I got to give him respect for it, and I do definitely respect him and appreciate him for it. But, still, in the future, will they make a fourth Knives Out movie? I hope so, because we don't get a lot of these films today, and I definitely do appreciate them. I know Rian Johnson's talked about having early ideas for a fourth movie, but it's nothing confirmed yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if we eventually got a fourth Knives Out film in the future. But those are all the pros. My one con for the movie, I think, is the use of this ensemble wasn't really that satisfying for me. I feel like with the other movies, the use of that ensemble in those films were very good. But in this one, the ensemble is great. This great cast is awesome. But I feel like they weren't used to their full potential. That might just be me wanting to see more Kelly Spaney. I mean, who doesn't? It's Kelly Spaney. But still, I feel like it could have maybe used everyone else more, and it might just be Kelly Spaney. Honestly, that might be in translation of the entire ensemble. It might be that I wanted more of Kelly Spaney, which, I mean, I'm in love with her. But, besides the point. Still, I feel like this movie definitely could have used more of people getting more attention across the board. And that might just be me, a personal gripe, but still, there's a lot of actors like, Jeremy Renner and this, that, and the third that I think could have gotten more screen time, would have maybe been better if they were in the film a little bit more. And that might just be a case of the script didn't really need the character that Kelly Spaney plays to have like 15 more minutes of screen time, which is okay, but still, I would have liked it. If I had to critique about something and give a con about something, that would be it. Like I talked about how good Josh O'Connor is, and Josh O'Connor, he's really the main character of the movie with this Knives Out film. Benoit Blanc definitely the, number 2 or 3 supporting character, and we get a good bit of Josh Brolin as well, and Josh Brolin is brilliant. But, I feel like characters like Andrew Scott, Kelly Spaney, the emphasis on Kelly Spaney, again, the heavy emphasis on Kelly Spaney, I just love her, that's all. But still, Kelly Spaney, Jeremy Renner, and Kerry Washington, Andrew Scott as well, I would have liked to have more screen time from them. That's all. It may be me being picky, but still, if I had to give a con, if I had to give a critique on it, that's what it would be. Underwhelmed with the cast being here. And it's a great, incredibly talented actors, but I would have liked more of them. That's all. So, my final score for this movie is going to be a B. It's not a B plus or B minus, right in the middle, a B. It's definitely pretty good. I definitely recommend it. It's not like the craziest, best, you have to see it now movie of the year, but still, I would recommend you watch it. It's a very fun time, a really good movie, and you would definitely most likely enjoy it. It's on Netflix. You can watch it at home and definitely play some Clash Royale while you're at it, too. So, I recommend it. Knives Out, Rian Johnson. This is the end of the trilogy, but I still have some respect for it. And now, for some very fast announcements before we head out of here. Number 1, you're probably asking, well, number 1 is first, thank you for making it to this far in the episode. I definitely do appreciate you, and thank you. Number 1, probably asking, Logan, where is the Christmas episode? Well, originally, I was going to do Elf, but the Elf episode is written, it's all done, but it didn't really feel right to me. It felt like it was trash, so I decided to scrap it as a whole, and it's not going to be coming out this year. A quote from someone who I don't even know who the quote's from, but the quote goes, if you force a fart, you're going to get poop. So, I didn't force it. I didn't force the episode. It felt like it was just going to be bad. I didn't want to put out a Christmas episode for the sake of it being Christmas. Last year we did the Polar Express and Charlie Brown Christmas. I definitely recommend those episodes. They were very, very fun. And right now, the odds of us getting a Christmas episode out of me, maybe. It's like a 95% chance I don't do it, but that 5% is still there. So maybe. Who knows? Now, the other announcement is on Friday. We're going to be getting one battle after another in HBO Max, which is going to be pretty good. The best movie of the year, potentially. It's a great film. Definitely watch that movie. And the second thing, Avatar Fire and Ash is coming out in theaters, and it's going to be in IMAX. See that movie in theaters. Avatar, say what you want about it. It's supposed to be seen in theaters, in movie theaters. Go see that movie. It's very, very important. Support your cinema and go see it in theaters. And the other announcements are, number 1, we're going to be getting a 6-minute prologue for The Odyssey. Christopher Nolan's next masterpiece is going to be getting a 6-minute prologue in theaters. Very important to go see that in theaters, see that new prologue. Very, very important. And also, as well, we're going to be getting the Avengers Doomsday teaser, which definitely got leaked online. The leaks, I've seen the leaks for the new Doomsday trailer. I'm not surprised by it. I don't really care. I'd rather wait to see it in theaters, but the leaks for Doomsday are out there. I'll probably talk about the trailer when I review it next week, but still, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So that's my just quick thoughts for the movie, for Knives Out, and also my announcements. Go see Avatar in theaters. That's it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Go see Avatar in theaters on the biggest screen possible. I know what you're saying, but I feel like this Avatar movie is going to be something very, very special. You know, Avatar 1 was solid. Avatar 2 was cool as well. But I feel like this movie, this Fire and Ash film, is going to be the biggest one out of all three of them. It's the end of this saga of the Avatar movies, and it's going to be like a big climactic one. So I feel like this one, the third act for this Avatar movie, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be a very, very big movie and a truly just sci-fi spectacle opera that you're really going to want to see. I'm not sponsored. I might be, but I'm not. Go see Avatar in IMAX. It's very important that you do that. And please, I beg of you, go to a theater and see an IMAX. That's all you gotta do. So besides that, until next time, stay swagged out, stay cool, watch more movies, watch Avatar in theaters in IMAX. And until next time, I'm Real Slogan. I'll see you boys in the movies.